Hello everyone. So a little bit different vehicle this time. It's not a car. It has four wheels though. A four-wheeler is a 2021 2022 Raptor 700R. So going to be doing an oil change on it. It's fairly new. Just got the brake cleaning process done, and so it has very few miles. But it sat at the dealership for about a year also. So with the brake-in oil being in the engine, we're going to remove that, put a new oil in it, and also oil filter. I'm going to go through the bike, do some adjustments, and show you what I do, and lubricate the chain, and so oil and oil filter. So yeah, let me get started with that. I'll let y'all know. Stay tuned. So I use the Rotilla T6. The T6, obviously the full synthetic 1540. I use that. It has a JASCO rating on it, JASCO, for wet clutches. So that's what I use. And obviously the Raptors do have wet clutches, so that's what it uses. That's the filter for it right there. If you use SDP part number S604, and these are the part numbers for the other ones: K&N 145, Purelator ML 16804, Fram CH 604, Champ P7004. So those numbers if you're gonna be using other filters. But yep, this is the one that they had at the store, so this is what I'm using. You want to have some brake cleaner, obviously, because it does make a little bit of a mess. You want to have some towels. You want to have a 21 millimeter, not a 22. A lot of people say 22. That's not right. So 21, 12 millimeter, and you want to have a 5 millimeter Allen. Okay, so those are the things that you want to have. And so let me get started with it. Your first thing you want to do is, this is how this is, right? So you have a canister here full of oil, and you have the case, right? So this canister, you drain this canister, put the bolt back on, drain this canister, put the bolt back on, then you go to the filter. So we're starting with the canister in the front, which is a 12 millimeter. So we're gonna be using that. And the 12 millimeter is gonna go right here. If you look under it, you'll see 12 millimeter right there. Pull that down, there's only one you're gonna see there. Pull it down, let it drain. Don't let the little 12 millimeter fall into the pan. That'll make a mess. Have some paper towels in the way. That way you can catch any oil there. And then go ahead and put your nut back on. So let me do that and I'll be right back with y'all. That's your bolt. So that's your guy, right? Let that drain down, and once you have it drained, you go ahead and take off your plug on the other side. Your cap allows it to drain a little bit better. This cap right here. All right. Put that somewhere. So yeah, there it is. She's draining. So once she's done draining, then you just put your cap back on. So I'll get back with y'all. Okay, so once you done with that, put your drain plug back on the case. Remember, 12 millimeters. Don't tighten it up too much. Around 8 foot-pounds. You know, so you don't worry about taking a torque wrench to it. Just give it a little bit of snug. Make sure it's not going to fall off, but make sure that's right. Brake cleaner the area so you can get it nice and clean. Have a little rag. Yeah, this four-wheeler is pretty clean, but you want to, you know, when you're done with your area, you want to make sure it's clean. That way dust and dirt don't you know, clobber the whole area up once you start riding, because that's what will happen. And again, if you don't put that drain plug back on when you put your new oil in, it will all drain out. So go ahead and do that. Your next step is to remove crankcase, the bolt in the bottom. Use a 21, take that off first, and then take your crankcase bolt, let it breathe out. So that's your next step. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, so once you finish draining, then you can go ahead and put that plug back on the bottom, the 21 millimeter, and I also have that plug removed, which is over there. And then now it's time to remove your oil filter. Your oil filter housing. So, use your 5 millimeter Allen. Do the first bolt on the bottom first. That'll drain the fluid, and then you can do your other two that are right over here. So also, this is a valve you can use to let the oil out. So if you drain here, pull that valve a little bit open, lets air in, and then the oil will come out from there much quicker. So once you see the oil stops coming out here, use a rag here, try to keep it where it's making not much of a mess, and then remove your other two, so 3 total. So let me get that started, and then I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, it's draining from the fill, and that little plug lets air out, allows it to come out more fluid. And I put a rag in the bag just in case some of it decides to go the other way. But yeah, that's basically it. So once you got some of it out, go ahead and take out those two guys, and then expect a little bit more fluid will come out too. And then your oil filter is going to be right behind it. So let me get back. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, so this is how it looks like on the inside. It's a brand new bike. It's a little bit of metal in that filter over there. Just a smidgen. You can see it just when you put a light to it, just a little bit. When they build these engines, they have a little bit of stuff in there. So it's great to always remove that oil. Once it's a braking oil, remove it like when you're supposed to. So that's what we're doing. So that's excellent, and it is normal to have just a little bit in there. Nothing to worry about. But yeah. So just letting y'all know. So if you see some, it's okay if you got a new engine like this. That's why you do the oil change. So another thing too that a lot of people don't cover is your O-rings. You want to go ahead and replace your O-rings. If you're looking at it right here, you see there's an O-ring here, there's an O-ring there, there's an O-ring also that goes around this little guy. So those you want to replace those O-rings. So we'll go ahead and replace those, and then the filter itself has a little rubber piece right here and another little rubber piece right here. You can lubricate it a little bit, doesn't matter. These don't really matter because they're going to be completely full oil anyway. But the nipple side goes in first, right? So that's how you would want to do it right there. And then it's going to sit in like a little crevice that you see there in the middle. So that's your little crevice that's going to sit, and then your cap will actually put pressure on it and go into place. So let me go ahead and do that, replace the O-rings, and then I'll get back with y'all. Okay, she's all clean and tight. Make sure you over tight these, very just snug with your hand. Make sure your top air breather, little breather hole for the oil is tightened all the way around. Double check everything, and then you're gonna be putting oil in it. Now I start with this one. I put about ½ quart in there, and then 1.5 quarts on the other side. Your total amount should be 1.9, almost 2 quarts. So 1.8 to 1.9 if you're doing a filter. Okay, so I go ahead and put ½ quart here, and then the rest of it I do it on the filler over there. Okay, so if you put ½ quart here, you're putting in 1.4 on that side right there. So if that makes any sense. But if you overfill this side, it'll eventually all go in together. You just don't want to put more than 2 quarts of oil or 1.9 quarts of oil. So just put half, just so it won't start dry, and then you put your rest of it in there. So ½ quart, and then in there 1.4 max. Okay, that makes any sense. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that process. I'll reiterate it. Okay, so now we're on the other side of the four-wheeler. Obviously, we got this side done here. You see the drain, the cap's back on. Everything is good there. So now we're gonna add oil to the other side, to this little guy right here. Okay, so that's that's what we're gonna do. So you basically, if you go over on the crankcase a little bit, then you're gonna put less in this side. The whole object is to have 1.9 when you're done. Okay, so I went a little bit more than half over there, so I'm gonna go a little less to 1.3 over here. So let me go ahead and get done with that. I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, so once you're done putting in your amount of oil, remember, never overfilling it past 2, preferably 1.9. You go ahead and put this guy back in there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start it, okay? But you can check it right now. Yep, it looks like it's right at the high mark, but you wanna just run it through, run it on, run it, and then you can turn it on for maybe 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, something like that. Let it run, and then turn it back off again and check it again. Okay, so she's running a little bit. Should be good there. Good. Go ahead and turn her off, and then we're gonna check the oil now. I need both of my hands on this, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I double checked the oil. You want to let the bike sit after you have it running and it's ran through the system. You want to let it sit for, for about 5 minutes, and you double check the oil again. Don't put the dipstick all the way in, just check it, and you'll see that it'll be back on the full mark again. And again, you don't want to have more than 2 quarts of oil in it, or 1.9. It's all you want to have in the bike. So if you have that, you're good. And you're good to go. Don't be afraid if you turn the bike on and then take that off and find out there's no oil in there. If the bike has 2 quarts of oil, let it sit for about 5 minutes. The oil will drain back into here, and it'll fill that up again. So if you just ran it, it has to go back to where it needs to go. So that's why you have to let it sit for a while. But yeah, so no more than 1.9. A little bit less than 2 quarts is what this bike carries. So yeah, so go ahead and put that oil in there. We went ahead and already did. We checked it. Everything is good. So now we're gonna go to the chain, and we're gonna do some lubrication on the chain for my friend here. Be right back. All right, for the chain, that's what I use right here. Some chain lube. So this works pretty good for me. So anyway. So it's jacked up already. Just move it with your hand, move the tire, and spray at the same time until you lube up the whole chain. So let me do that, and I'll be right back with you. One thing I like about this is that it's clear. So when you put it on, it doesn't, you don't see a mess on it. So yep, it's all lubed up, and that's it, guys. So she's done. Remember, always before you start your oil change, to go ahead and warm up the bike for 2-3 minutes so you can get the oil nice and a little bit warm, so it can lubricate and it can come out, especially if you have an older bike. That way all the impurities can come out with the oil. So yeah, do that, and then do the process. If you follow that process, it won't take you no time at all. This whole process takes about took me about 25 minutes, maybe. If you haven't done it before, maybe less than an hour, but shouldn't take you too long. 35 to 45 minutes, and you get your nice fresh oil, and you're good to go. So got any questions, please post. All right, guys, so she's done. Rode her a little bit, checked the oil a few times, make sure it's correct. Everything was correct, didn't have to add any. Topped off some of the coolant that was a little bit low, and like you saw last, was lubricating the chain. She's all nice and lubed, and that's basically it. Make sure you ain't got no leaks, which we don't, and that's basically it. So if you own a Raptor 700, basically all the years, this is the procedure of the oil change. This particular one is a 21-22 production date, 12 of 21. The 2023 2024s, same thing, and 2008s, same thing. So any year Raptor 700, the oil change process will be the same. So if you got any questions, let me know. If you want to see more videos like this, I will be servicing this bike from now on. It's not my personal bike. You know, I have that 700XX Honda that I have in the back, but this is a friend of mine. I'll be doing the work on that. So we'll be doing some modifications to it, doing some power commanders, doing some protection, because these things come with like a kind of like a plastic one in the front right here. So we'll be doing a lot of that. But so you should be seeing some more videos in the future. Like I said, if you want to see something specific, go ahead and put it on there on the chat, and I'll be more than happy to see if I can get my friend to buy the parts, and then we'll get the install. And just let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the Raptor 700. Is this the baddest bike right now on the market, or not, and how you like the oil change video. So that's it, and we'll see you on the next one.